Because what's so funny, are you recording? Good. What's so funny about this podcast, Sean, is that we have no consistent studio. So 1 week we're in like a multi-million-dollar studio in Midtown, and then we're here at Gas Digital. Then I'm doing it in my apartment. Then I'm doing it at the Comedy Store studio.
Well, dare I say, Josh?
Dare.
Much like the 500 albums on this list, this podcast is recorded in a multitude of spaces.
So many different studios. By the way, we're not doing this the way that we're supposed to be doing it. We were going to do the whole podcast singing wise. So, welcome, Sean. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you're here. Fuck yeah, dude, to the 500. Welcome. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Yeah. I don't sing.
I don't sound like that. I don't go, yeah.
That's how I sound, though.
Yeah, but I feel like that. Well, anytime you do that, I feel like you're just not making fun of me.
Do you feel like anytime anyone sings, they're mocking you?
At the Comedy Cellar dinner table, yes. But I think there's love. But I know there's love behind it with you.
Yeah, it's ball busting.
And there's you, Derek. Like Derek Gaines calls me a youth pastor, and I'm fine with that because that's my homie. And like, there's a couple people where you're like,
you could definitely have been a youth pastor, dude.
No, I'm Jewish.
You could definitely have been a Jewish youth pastor. Does Judaism not
pastor?
A youth pastor? They have like a bar mitzvah coach.
Let's gather around, everybody. I'm going to tell you the story about Abraham. Well, Abraham and Moses went down the mountain hill.
I didn't realize we were in a synagogue right now. This all feels very above board.
I can't believe this is like finally happening right now. This is something that I've tried to get you onto this podcast for many moons.
It's so good that the 3 people you asked before me to do this episode canceled or couldn't do it.
You aren't lying.
I know.
We had some good people, dude. We go big. You understand that. We're not.
Yeah, I know. But here's what you did.
Yeah, go ahead.
You came up to me. You know I'm a fan of this podcast as in a concept. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts.
No, but you said to me, you go, I wish I'd like. It's like this is a great thing. It's
when you told me you were doing this, I was like, that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
right. And love it. And I'm a music guy, and I remember you telling me you were doing this, and you knew that I was like I gave you like a, hey man, that's awesome. Wink, meaning, of course, I'd like to do it at some point.
You've got tick or something?
No, you've got 500 episodes, and you come up to me. I believe we were at the Olive Tree, and you come over and you're like, "Hey, man, do you like 9 Inch Nails?" And I was like, "Yeah, I fucking love 9 Inch Nails." And you go, "Downward Spiral." I'm like, that's the first concert I ever went to. Was the Downward Spiral tour?
Yeah,
1995, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah,
UNO Lakefront Arena. And you go, "Oh, dude, awesome." I asked 3 people already. If none of them can do it, you're in. I'm like, what a fucking save that part.
Yeah, I should have. I'm not what you call couth. Yeah. Yes. That being said, we aimed high. It was like you were like David Fincher.
Yeah,
was ahead of you.
Okay, if I'm in competition with Fincher.
We went to Josh Freese, the drummer for 9 Inch Nails. He used to play 9 Inch Nails. He's now the drummer for Foo Fighters, my buddy.
Okay,
who's been on the podcast before. He's on tour. And then the last person was I don't know how to say his last name.
Better be Trent Reznor himself. No.
It was Brent Reznor, his brother. It was Brent.
It was Tom Snesner. He's a guy I met. He's a guy I met at an Elton John concert.
Tom Similak. Yeah, dude.
That's Josh. By the way, people of the world, this is I was doing it to you last night. My impression of you is, hey man, what's going on? So anyway, I just came from a Beck concert where he let the audience actually write lyrics for him. And he played them live on a mandolin. It was on a yacht. It was on a boat. It was weird. It was exclusive.
Yeah,
I got in because Tom Morello, I was crashing at his place. And he's like, oh, fuck. If you want to go to this Beck concert, there's the code. I left the code for you.
I can't be depressed about life. Like,
no, I don't.
I've won at life.
Yes.
I have won at life.
So occasionally when you're in a place like the Comedy Cellar where 70% of the people in there are miserable. And you come in all, hey, jabba Joe Jackson,
taking it to the streets.
Occasionally people
that
be like,
chicken
here's this fucking guy again.
But then some people really, some people really appreciate it, and
life.
You know what? I'm glad hearing you say that.
Yeah.
I need. It's almost like the same stuff where you're in AA and you help the younger person because it helps you more than it helps them.
Yeah.
So I think it's like having you say that, and it's like, oh, it's not a dig. Like, dude, I really do cool shit, dude. I mean, I've lucked out so much in life. Even with 9 Inch Nails, like I remember they were sold out at the Palladium every fucking show. This is before I had a lot of money. When they went on that, they did like 5 or 6 nights at the Palladium.
Before I had a lot of money.
No. That sounds terrible. What I was trying to say is when
Josh is sitting on a stack of $10,000 bundles right now.
No, I meant financially because for a while,
I know what you mean.
Because for a while, it's like you have money,
As a multi-millionaire myself,
but you're too afraid to spend any money because you're like, he's doing good, guys.
We're all doing well.
None of us are millionaires.
Wait, can I tell you this real quick? Side story.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to say the comic, but there was a comic who, this was like a year ago, tried to like low key mention that they had made $1 million or like had made 7 figures.
Really?
Yeah, I won't say who, but do the math, you'll figure it out. But someone like we're at the show and he tried to low key mention that they were making 7 figures, and my reaction was like, "Oh yeah, welcome to the club, dude." And I remember he got all like, "Wait, what do you mean?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, everybody in this room." I'm like, all the comics. I'm like, "You think you're the first guy making 7 figures in this room?" Okay, buddy, welcome aboard. And he's a younger guy, and he got all like really, really fucking weird about it. And I had to be like, "I'm fucking with you, asshole." Also, maybe don't throw your financial business around.
I think I have an idea who that is.
Younger comic. I'm not talking
younger. Are they from our country?
They're in our country. I'm not going to give you too many. And they're great. They're a great comic.
No. Great comic, great guy. I know exactly. I've heard that.
But like, I mean, everybody, like, that's the thing. Like, making money in any artistic business is any art form is fucking hard.
Yeah.
And the internet does not tell you that part. Instead, they're like, look, here, follow me and follow these hacks on how to get 1,000 million followers. And here's how easy it is to make money speaking. That's all bullshit. That's also they can get follows. It's so difficult to make money in this world. And if you make money at all, fuck yeah. Yeah. Even if it's just enough to get by, or if it's like Josh, $10 to $15 million a day.
A day.
Josh is a billionaire off this podcast. I couldn't see 9 Inch Nails at the Palladium, so what I did, I bought the Palladium. I says perform for me only. And by the way, do Springsteen songs. Yeah, I bought the Palladium. I says, Reznor, do Born to Run the album.
I want all your influences. I want all the influences, and I'm talking even the stuff your mom listened to, like ABBA. I want ABBA. Dancing Queen, Mamma Mia, do it, goth style.
And what if the nails was longer?
11 and a half.
Wait, dude, when we get into this, you have to understand something. 9 Inch Nails was the first band I can honestly say I was into.
Really?
Right? Yeah, it was the first concert I went to. It was not the first album I bought, but it was like the third album I ever bought. First album I ever bought was Apocalypse 91.
Tupac.
Public Enemy.
No, Public Enemy. Oh, okay, yeah.
But and it was a tape.
I was thinking of Tupacalypse.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I got my apocalypses.
But yeah,
mixed up.
But Downward Spiral was one of the first. Like that was. Oh, that's what I meant to say. It was the first CD I ever bought.
Was it really?
Yeah, like everything up until then, I was buying cassettes.
How old are you?
45.
You're 45. Wow, really? That was the first. Well, I guess no. I guess
think about it. Do the math.
Well, because my first CD, I'm pretty sure it was Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg. I'm almost positive. And
I know my first 3 CDs in order because I bought them all.
What were they?
Because it was summer. It was seriously. This sounds like Americana, but it was seriously like working at a shitty country club and working for my dad's catering company, and like getting paid nothing. But I was a kid, and I saved up money. I bought 9 Inch Nails. Right. Mm-hmm. Felt such a rush off the power of owning a fucking CD that then I went back and bought Smashing Pumpkins' Siamese Dream, which is great. Is that on this? Is that on this list? Probably not.
No, it is. It is. We did that. I did that with. I did that with Megan Gailey.
Oh, fantastic!
It was right when I moved to New York. Yeah. So I would say like May or June.
It was
of
in the
21
500 somewhere.
Yeah, it's
a great album.
It's a phenomenal record. It's super important to what you would call alt grunge or whatever. Yeah. This one,
and then Wu-Tang Clan. Then into 360.
Wu-Tang was the other third one. Yeah.
Third one, yeah.
Wu-Tang. I mean, Wu-Tang is a game changer. This is what's so funny is on this thing is that Megan Gailey's Smashing Pumpkins is was like higher on the list
Yeah.
than Wu-Tang, which is one of those records that to me, and I think to so much, because it was like hip hop was one way, and then it was different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like I could. I don't know. I never understood people who were one type of music and one type of music only. I just never even. I just
No.
because all my friends when I was like younger were all metalheads.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love fucking metal, but I was never like I couldn't get into like the Cannibal Corpse. I couldn't really get into like this pure just like the
Me
like,
too, yeah.
Just growl metal, death metal you call it. But whatever. I respect it. But like I could also listen to Nine Inch Nails and then listen to fucking Today, and then jump to fucking Cash rules everything.
But that was later. But that was later.
Yeah.
It was funny that you say that because that was later in life. Because me in elementary, towards the end of elementary and middle school, it was. I used to be like a metalhead, and then I heard hip hop, and literally I had my like wannabe black phase. So like I like gave all my metal
you're
stuff
not a
away.
White, you're not a white guy in America
Unless you go wigger,
If you didn't go through your South African American phase.
And then I gave all my records away to Ryan McLaughlin, all my heavy metal. And then it wasn't until Stone Temple Pilots where I started venturing back into I can like rock and I can like hip hop.
Well, dude, you know what's funny is I don't know if you've seen this, but they rebooted The Crow.
I did see that.
So they made a new Crow.
I did see that with Bill Skarsgård.
And with the trailer, it doesn't have that Stone Temple Pilots song.
Big Empty?
Yeah. Which you realize kind of made that movie.
Oh.
Because that movie, it can't rain all the time.
Time to take her home. Yeah. There was that. There was actually a Nine Inch Nails B-side from this record. Dead Souls is on there. There was a Rage song. Let's talk about Nine Inch Nails. Let's talk about Downward Spiral. I remember being turned on to it. I don't remember if hearing about them before this record. But I remember Lauren Rostek, the hot bass playing field hockey player at my school who I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Who I made out with her one night. It was the best night ever.
We all know
it was the best. We went skinny dipping and then we made me, her, and Courtney Kelly, and then I made out with her all night. It was something
before you. I love the. How old were you?
I was 15.
I love the idea of your voice hadn't gotten groggly yet. It's like, hey guys, you want to get in the pool?
I know it was. It was just higher. It was higher.
Hey guys.
Hey, want to go skinny dipping? Let's do it.
Which is somehow lower.
Yeah,
like you doing a higher somehow lower makes you sound older. Anyway, go ahead.
But she was the coolest, and that was. I remember just suddenly it was closer change. I don't remember.
Boom, bah, boom, bah,
but I don't remember. I don't remember Broken. I don't remember Fixed. I don't remember. Maybe I heard Head Like a Hole or Terrible Lie.
Well, that's from Pretty Hate Machine.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe I heard that beforehand, but I feel like it started for me with this, and I
was up above it.
I mean that
that was the first song I ever heard by it.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Well, so you said take me through your journey. Like, how do you know them?
It started with being at like fucking like a classic in the woods smoking weed and cigarettes with a bunch of people who we're all too young to smoke weed and cigarettes, whatever, by the law standards.
Law.
But we're in the fucking woods. So my parents' house was in like a wooded sort of fucking neighborhood, and you'd go back in those woods and there was an abandoned tugboat, right? I know.
So
this is fucking Louisiana. Get, baby boy. But it was like this tugboat that had sunk, but only the water was so shallow, it was just the top 2 floors of the tugboat were fine.
Yeah.
Right? But the bottom part sunk. The shit the whole nother tale of me going down into that water once. It's fucking scary down there. But anyway, we'd go hang out on this shit and just fucking rip shitty weed.
Yeah.
But we had like a boom box. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And, it played cassettes mainly. And my friend had Pretty Hate Machine. And we're, listening to fucking Nine Inch Nails. And then the debate about what does the name mean? What is a 9-inch nail? Do you know?
Do you?
Yes, I do.
I do not. It might be in here, but
it's the length of the nail used to crucify Jesus. Right?
Ooh.
I know.
Wow.
Which is fucking, like, that's like, whoa. But when it's a bunch of 15-year-olds, so I remember one of the guys got like, and we were all high, right?
Yeah.
And one of the dudes just went into a full-on panic mode. Because that idea of just like, wait, so they're named after the nails at Cruise. Wait, that's fucked up though, right? That's fucked up, man. Like, no. So he's like, satanic? What is it? Is this all satanic shit? And he just went off on like a full-on panic. It was the first time I'd ever witnessed a panic attack, which kind of gave us all panic attacks.
Sure.
Because we're kids, you know?
Sure.
And it started to reverberate a little bit, but then we started making jokes and laughing about it, and he stormed back off into the woods alone and high, and we had to like send someone after him and go make sure he knew how to get back to fuck. Because it wasn't just...
You gotta go calm down. Go over there, have a mint julep, and listen to some Zydeco. You'll be fine.
Zydeco. That's how it's pronounced. Zydeco. Nope, that's how the devil say it. It's Zydeco. But, yeah. Somebody put on some Dr. John for the lad, even though Dr. John was fucking amazing and probably...
What is it? It's Zydeco?
Zydeco.
Okay.
Zydeco? Have you been saying it like that for 40-something years? Yeah. That's like me saying Baltimore. When it clearly it's Baltimore.
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 Well, you had that whole joke that I mean, not to get off topic,
Zydeco.
but you had that like
Art Deco?
Yeah, well, that's
like
what I thought it was.
Too confused?
That's what I thought it was. Okay, I'm sorry.
Zydeco is with the with the board, and they're playing the fucking, I forget what it's called, but it makes the
Well, it's the same thing as people saying you had that joke about New Orleans.
Oh, and people saying Nolans.
Nolans, and
still drives me fucking insane.
It's still one of my favorite bits I've ever heard you do.
Thank
is when
you.
you're talking about the quiff. Again,
quiff.
I smelled a quiff in the air.
Oh, the quiff. That's just a secret the baby done left behind. Wait, what was the line? If you listen to the quiff, it's the baby whispering the name of the real daddy. But thank you. But dude was freaking out, and I remember that I became fucking so enamored with that idea because like because then it's like, you're a kid, you're like, is this devil music? And you start listening to it more and more, and then being like, wait, no, this guy's basically singing about being dumped. Like that's what I don't know exactly, but from what I remember, Trent Reznor just got his heart broken real fucking bad as a young man, and it just shattered his psyche.
Yes,
and that's what most of the music is. It's about pain.
So let's no. Let me just go this little spiel we do every show because we are talking about Nine Inch Nails. The Downward Spiral, released in 1994. This is the second full-length studio record. It was also there's a code name for this called Halo 8. It was created as a partially self-biographical tale about a man who was on a downward spiral through depression to suicide. He says, I wrote some words and music in my bedroom in a way staying sane about a bleak and desperate place I was in. The Downward Spiral has been regarded by critics and audience as one of the most important albums of the 90s. It was praised for its abrasive and eclectic nature and dark themes, although it was sensationalized by social conservatives for some of the lyrics. Oh, sure. The Downward Spiral's diverse textures and moods depicted protagonist's mental progress, explaining the self-loathing nature of the songs. The Downward Spiral, Trent Reznor said, I'm not proud to say I hate myself and I don't like what I am, but maybe there is a real human communication that ends up positive, even though everything being said is negative. So this, I mean, everything about this record, you know where he recorded this, right?
In New Orleans. In the Manson.
So
family,
that's funny.
In the Manson house,
yeah, I know he
lived in New Orleans.
He has a very, of course. I mean, if there's Nine Inch Nails has any connection.
Well, we had
to
a run-in with him one night. We'll get to that.
God damn, I feel like. Do you want to take me there now?
You want to just real quick?
Do it.
Okay, but this was in like 1996. A bunch of us were all like 17. Like it's real easy to get booze in New Orleans. As a kid, right?
I bet. Dude.
I mean, I don't know what it's like now.
Do they card you at all? Like,
dude, but if at certain places in the French, there's a place. If you know New Orleans, right now, you can go right now. There's a coffee shop on the corner of Decatur, and I want to say, General maybe St. Phil. I'm not sure which the cross street is, but it's Decatur, and it's right off Esplanade. It's called Envy Coffee Shop, ENVIE. Yeah. Right. Back in the '90s, it was what you'd call in New York a bodega. What you call in New Orleans is a convenience store. Just a shitty fucking, even though bodegas are primarily Mexican bodega or convenience stores, but we just call everything a bodega here. Anyway, but this place didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a shit. We would go in there. We would, however much money we had, we'd get 2 40s and split them between 6 of us, because it would always be the same thing. We'd pound the car, drive to New Orleans, sometimes 2 cars, and get as much booze and much drug and whatever we could find and just consume it and be fucked up on the streets. It was amazing. But so Marilyn Manson was just becoming a thing. And we all liked Marilyn Manson because Trent Reznor was involved, because it was like a 9 Inch Nails, you know. And Marilyn Manson was playing at a place called the Rendon Inn in New Orleans, which still exists, which back then was like, you know, it's like a fucking maybe 350 capacity, smaller venue. We saw some great fucking shows there, but none of us, we got tickets to see Marilyn Manson very last minute. We only caught like the second half of the set. And, you know, it's Marilyn Manson. He was doing all the shit you've ever heard about. You know, breaking a bottle, cutting himself.
Yeah.
Jerking off the fucking one of the bassist, I think. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He got crazy. It was a wild show. And then we end up down, and it's a bar. It's still there. It's on Decatur. It's called the Abbey. It might have been called something different back then, but I'm pretty sure it's still called the Abbey. But we're just out there fucking hanging out, kind of high, kind of fucked up. You just hang out on Decatur. Everybody talks about Frenchman Street. Everybody talks about Bourbon Street, obviously. Decatur, not so much anymore, but back in the 90s was like, I fucking miss what it was. It was just all these like head shops, and like it still kind of is, but like these grungy bars that you'd hang out outside of, and like eventually one of you would get the balls to just walk in and order a drink and walk back out with it. Yeah. And everyone would share it and slam it. It was ridiculous for kids. And Trent Reznor comes out of this bar, and we're all like, holy fuck, that's fucking Trent Reznor. Now, I've tried to get confirmation from the 2 friends I talked to that were there, that I still talk to. None of us can fully remember, but because it was almost 28 years ago.
God damn it. It's insane.
But we were all fucking smoking cigarettes, and we were smoking fucking the Camel Red Lights. You remember those cigarettes?
Oh, yeah.
Not Camel Lights, the Camel Red Lights. Yeah. It was like a side piece. Yeah, dude. I don't even know what the difference was. It was just a different pack. And you're like, no, man, I smoke Camel Red Lights, dude.
Like, if we just package it differently, they'll buy the same shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, they're geniuses.
And we were all just fucking ripping on, and Trent Reznor looks over and just kind of does like the cigarette, like the 2 fingers. Like he's like, points and like, oh, fuck, somebody give that motherfucker a cigarette.
Yeah.
Give him a cigarette. And of course. And we just like hand him a cigarette. He takes it. And he fucking looks at it for a second. And he just crumbles it up. And throws it away. And gives us like a thumbs up. And he just walks away. And we were like, we shouldn't smoke cigarettes. We shouldn't. This is terrible. He just, was that what he was saying? Was he telling us not to smoke anymore?
It gave you
what
a
was
fucking...
that? He just did like took it, crumbled it up.
He gave you a fucking NBC Saturday Morning More,
and we were just sort of like, wait, what was that? And it was like this topic of conversation for the rest of the week. It was like, what would he mean? Did he mean, was he saying don't smoke? Was he saying don't smoke Camel Red Lights? Or was he like, did he just hate us? Or did he like us? Was he trying to save us? Or was he trying to be like, fuck you? And it was just, but it was, I think he was probably just shit-faced and wanted a cigarette and then realized he didn't want a cigarette.
Yeah,
and then he was like, fuck it. But it was, we loved it. All I know is none of us looked at it as, oh man, that's one less cigarette for us to smoke. We were all like, oh fuck, Trent Reznor just killed one of our cigarettes.
The story is worth it just for that. It's also, it's like, because there's no like, it's more like a ... like what happened.
Yeah, it wasn't like we went and hung out with him. He didn't come over and be like, guys, let me sign all your tits.
I don't think I've ever met him. I don't even. I know people that like have, but he's just such a mysterious guy to me, and I think that's kind of why I love the music so much. And because you feel like he's literally letting you know everything in the songs. Yeah. But on the outside world, like he's never the only real news he's ever gotten into, which you mentioned Marilyn Manson, was that he had a little beef with him over like certain things, which I think
he was like the Lil Wayne to Marilyn Manson's Drake, I think.
Well, also there's a song in here, and I wrote it down, which is I think now we're jumping ahead before we get into the tracks, but I feel one of the songs is the basis for everything Marilyn Manson has ever done. No, dude,
I think that's his name, Twiggy.
Twiggy? You mean Twiggy?
I think that's the basis for Marilyn Manson.
Where is it? Twiggy? I had it written. Twiggy was one of the guys for sure. Was it the big man with the gun? Doesn't make a difference. We'll find it later when we start going through the tracks. Take me. So where were you the first time you heard this record? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was in my friend's Nissan Sentra. Like it went to the mall, the North Shore Mall, to Camelot Music. Also, there was a time, and I fucking miss this, man, where you used to have to camp out for tickets.
Oh, yeah. You had to go to the Hex. It was the Hex. You had to go to a mall.
That shit was awesome. That shit was fucking
fair. It was fair.
What do you mean fair?
It was fair, meaning
whoever got but you got in line.
the tickets.
Nobody fucked with you.
It was you got the tickets the right way.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate now that it's a conglomerate where it's like they only release 1/3 of the tickets and the other 2/3 are all being sold to the secondhand markets.
Yeah, I mean we went to Camelot Music it was called. Bought the CD and popped it in, listened to it, jammed out to it, and then they came to New Orleans later that year, right? So I want to say I got it over the summer, and they came in the fall to the UNO Lakefront Arena, which now there's the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, which is dope as shit. I opened for Burr there. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
especially because that's being hometown.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Like, yeah,
that was awesome. But the UNO Lakefront Arena. If I ever do arena, if I'm ever at a point where I'm doing arenas, I would do maybe 2 there because it's a smaller arena. Mm-hmm. It's only like 8,000 seats or something like that. But it's where I saw every concert. It's where I saw Tool. It's where I saw Rage Against the Machine. It's where I saw 311. I'll admit it. It's where I saw Beastie Boys.
Dude,
it's where I saw Cypress Hill.
We don't mention their name on this podcast.
Well,
dude. They're the Voldemorts.
Well, dude, hold up. There was a tour once. It was the Far Side, Cypress Hill, and 311. And that shit was fucking amazing.
Sure.
That was a tour.
Dude, I'm not
that was in 1997. And I remember it was like Far Side, amazing, live. Cypress Hill, unreal live.
Yeah.
Unreal live.
Yeah. They're a great band. I mean, they're
and then 311, which I'll give 311 credit where credit's due. Amazing performance.
Yeah, sure. And I'm not saying that 311 isn't a good artist. I just think their music is straight butt cheeks. And it's mostly because the friends that I grew up with in high school, they loved 311 to the point where it was like, dude, like turn this off. Like there's other music.
Oh, And also. I think because I remember growing up, you were like, what does 311 even mean? And it was like, oh, it's the police code for indecent exposure. No, it's not. Look it up. It's the police code for like sexual, like fucking a child or something.
No,
it's a police in like certain states.
Look that up for me, please.
It's the police code for like child predator, and you're like somebody either 311 was the band was horrifically misinformed, or later in life someone who makes the codes hated them so much was like, you know what, for fucking children 311. It's so shitty. I don't whatever.
I was at Prophets of Rage at the Forum.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Tom Morello.
It was, dude. It's Rage. Rage is Rage, and after seeing I saw all 5 shows at Madison Square Garden.
One. I know we were at the same one.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. Is like nothing can. You can't. No one can step in and do what Zach does. Sitting was better than a standing. Be Real and Chuck D. That being said, at the show I was at because you're in the Lexus. I got brought there by a buddy, so that we were in the VIP area or whatever, and there he is, Nick Hexum. And I'm like, hey man, I was like, dude, you mind? Can I get a picture with you? And he goes, yeah, of course. And then I go, dude, my friends love you. I didn't say I love you. I was like, dude, my friends are gonna trip out. They love you.
Well, but people behind your back call you the S.A. Martinez of stand-up.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
No one says that.
Come on, everybody, but you will get shot.
Well, actually, dude, at UNO Lake Arena, the first time I ever saw Rage, it was Fishbone. Remember Fishbone, the band? Fishbone opening for Rage, and it was fucking spectacular, right?
That's a fun show because Fishbone's like mad energy. Like they're like,
and then Rage. This was Rage right as Battle of Los Angeles came out, so it was fucking insane. They were awesome. But UNO Lakefront Arena was the shit. But it was my first concert. I had just turned 16, so it had to be in the fall. The first one where
Hold on, sorry. I'm trying to pull up this. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm looking at porn.
That happens. That was very ethereal porn.
It's
dude.
like no, I opened up my Instagram and it's Simone Biles.
It's an angel sitting on a demon's face.
Wait, finish your thought. I'm trying to pull up the one sheet in this.
I remember the bands that opened for 9 Inch Nails were Pop Will Eat Itself. You ever hear Pop Will Eat Itself?
Mm-mm.
They were this like British rap rock sort of like, but it was different because one of the guys, one of the singers, when he rap song in this like Cockney fucking thick accent, right? But the other guy put on like a rap thing, like a growl, like take like a fucking if the guy from Cannibal Corpse rapped, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they had this one big hit that was German, like Ich bin alles Slender. It was this one, Papa Lead itself. That was one band.
I never even heard of them.
Yeah, and then the second band, back when multiple, I guess I had Price Labs, was a band called Prick. Remember Prick? Mm-mm. Oh, God, they had this one hit called Communicate. Communicate! Anyway, so it was those two, and there was Nine Inch Nails. And I remember we were in the pit. It was my first experience in a pit.
Yeah.
And like it was like one of those things where it was like, fucking 8 of us piled into one of our friend's mom's van. And an older sister, so we had like we were my boy's older sister. That was our chaperone, but she was on acid. Didn't give a fuck. We had this great, but dude, it was. You remember your first concert where it's like, this is a pit, crowd surfing. This is happening, and I remember like seeing music that big and that up close for the first time. For the first time, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd gone to Jazz Fest every year since I was a kid, but you don't get that close to them. We never did anyway as kids. Yeah. But like we're like in the pit, in this arena, and everybody like you're the first time you're around like fucking 25-year-olds and they look like giants to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you're like, I'm going in the pit, and you get fucking checked for the first time. And you're like, that sucks, but I'm gonna do it again.
I'm getting out of the pit.
And then you go up crowd surfing for the first time, and you're like, you're probably only up there for 1.6 seconds.
Yeah.
But it feels like an eternity.
Yeah.
And then of course, fucking fights break out and people get checked a little too hard, and then people get thrown out, and then of course you see. I remember seeing like women going up in the pit, and you see guys reach up and grab their tits and shit, and you're like, that's fucking. Even back then, you're like that guy, and then you see that guy get checked.
Yeah,
and you're like, all right, but then you're like, but seeing Nine Inch Nails live. I mean, I don't know what their reputation is as a live band because I've only seen them the one time, but it was fucking like revolutionary to me.
I'll say this.
It was amazing.
I'll say this. When I saw them in 2018 or 19, whenever that was the beginning of the year, like January in LA at the Palladium. They came out. He opened with Wish. So this is the first day of my last day, which I've opened the goddamn comedy jam with at Skankfest, and it killed. They attacked for about 45 minutes. It was 45 minutes. I was like, this is going to go down as one of the best shows I've ever seen. And then he stopped the show and brought his wife out, and his wife did 4 songs from her band, How to Destroy Angels. And it killed the mood in my. And then he started doing more. She yokoed. But I mean, it's not like it's bad music. It's actually good. He's in the band, but it's just not Nine Inch Nails.
Right. Nin.
It's not Nin, and it was phenomenal. It was like the show was great. It started great, ended great, middle. If he would have bridged that gap and just done all Nine Inch Nails, that would have been one of the best concerts I've ever seen.
And I said this to you. I said this to you the other night. We were talking about details about this, and you were like, "Save it." So I'm gonna say it now.
Say it.
It's why I don't care for Johnny Cash's version of "Hurt," because to me it sounds like Johnny Cash knows he's singing a song written by someone else, and it's gonna make a lot of money because a lot of people are gonna listen to it. But when you hear the original, the Nine Inch Nails version of "Hurt," it's like, oh, that he's hurting. There's pain in this fucking guy's voice. I don't hear that in Johnny Cash's voice. I hear it in Trent Reznor's, and I remember him doing "Hurt" live, where it was just him. The band like vacated the stage, and it was just him. And it was like the stage. It was the most lit up the stage had been for the whole show, but it was like a very dim, dirty light. You know what I'm saying? And it was just him by himself, just singing. And of course, he had like the microphone stand that was like all fucking industrial.
Yeah,
twisted metal claws and you know what I mean? It's like,
it's like the Korn. You ever see the guy lead singer of Korn? He's got the 2 tits, that like metal.
It looks like a mic stand that grew in like an apocalyptic graveyard.
I think they're all done by H.R. Geiger, the guy that did the Xenomorph designs from the Alien franchise, which Oscar winner. Right, one of the very excited for Alien Romulus comes out in like 2 weeks.
But dude, I remember like being just completely fucking transfixed on every single second of that performance. Of like, it does hurt. And like that song was a big thing for me as a teen because I was going through fucking OCD shit and freaking out and in a terrible place with my family and failing at school and just, I was falling apart as a human being. I just didn't know how to express it. And like that song was a big reoccurring, like, that was on the playlist, if you will.
Which actually, it's actually from this whole record, which it just, like you're saying, it is the downward spiral.
Yeah.
Hurt is kind of like the song where he's coming out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like hope to it. So that's why I think this record is, let's dive into the actual record.
Sure.
And we'll get back to Hurt. So before we go any further, this was recorded at the, at 10050 Celio Drive. I hope I said that right. That is where Sharon Tate was murdered by the Manson family in 1969. Yeah. Converted into a record studio, Reznor called Le Pig, referencing Susan Atkins, who wrote Pig and Tate's Blood on the front door of the house. He was living in the house where Sharon Tate was killed. He didn't know it. He didn't know that at first when he first rented it. Go fuck yourself. Sure, dude. Okay. Yeah. Then one day I met her sister and it was random. It was a brief encounter. Are you exploiting my sister's death by living in her house? Is what he was asked. And he said, no, it's just, I have an interest in American folklore and I'm in this place. This weird part of history occurred. And he guessed it never really struck to him, but blah, 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 blah. He actually did not like Charles Manson. He's quoted saying "fuck Charles Manson." And after he really found out that he was like hurting the sister, he kind of really it added to what he was doing with this record, and felt very depressed about it. He moved out, and the owner had the mansion demolished, but Reznor kept the front door handle to remind him of what happened and the events that took place there. Huh. Do you ever, being in New Orleans, do you ever go like, what's the most like haunted place you ever been to?
Oh, the fucking whole city. I mean, they'll tell you every single place in the quarter's haunted. There is the one, I forget where it's like right across from Verdi Mart, deep in the quarter, where it's like they kept people chained in the attic and set a fire and all this shit. But like that, the graveyards, where because you can't bury anything below ground in New Orleans, in the city. The water's the ground's too soft. The bodies will rise.
Oh yeah,
they'll float out of it and shit. So they're all tombs. Nicolas
when
Cage,
the levees break.
Yeah. Well, Nick Cage has a tomb in New Orleans where he's like to be buried one day.
Really?
It's all in the city itself. Like you get outside the city, it's normal graveyards, but in the city itself, it's all tombs. It's all above ground shit. It's fucking psycho. That city is all about its ghosts, and which is why I don't believe in ghosts. Because I grew up in like the hauntedest city in North America.
You never experienced anything?
No, never. And
Good for you.
Now, granted, I'm not like one of those guys. Like Kyle Kinane, who I love, is my boy.
Love Kyle.
He'll do shit like go spend the night in an abandoned insane asylum because he just loves he loves the idea of encountering the paranormal. Or the supernatural, or the paranormal, yeah. And I don't think he has, but he's way into that shit. He's way into and I'm like, okay, I've never done that, but I've like.
You think after spending the night in one insane asylum, you'd be like, I think I'm good, but it's like, no, maybe just this one didn't have it.
I mean, dude, so my family has a catering business, right? And it's a family business. All my aunts, all my uncles, my dad kind of ran it. Now my sister runs it, but like after Katrina. So they had this old ass venue where they use for like wedding receptions. It's also where like the business is located. It's this old fucking house. It's 270 years old. It's on like the National Registry. A lot of shit can't be changed. It's called the Salman Fritchie House. It's like, then, they acquired it at some point. So it was high enough off the ground where it didn't take any flood damage. It got flooded and, the basement was fucked. But the house itself, so like, 4 families, we all lived in this house post-Katrina for a few months. While like my parents' house was being renovated, my apartment, we not renovated, we were going in there and gutting the shit.
Yeah.
Then my apartment in New Orleans I couldn't get back into it for a month and all that shit. But it's like fucking 15 of us living in this house, and every single member of my family claims to have seen this one ghost. There's a little girl who would just walk by and wave at you. Everyone, except me. And I would be drunk because that's, you'd work all day gutting houses in the fucking September, October, which was the worst, shitty summer in the South.
Yeah.
And I'd fucking get off and just drink and then go home like, I want to see this fucking little ghost. And I would never see it. And I still to this day kind of think a lot of my family knew that and were fucking with me because they just come with stories like, I saw her again last night. I'm like, no, you didn't. I was up last night. I didn't see a fucking thing. Anyway, I'm just saying maybe the ghosts don't like me. Maybe no interest in revealing themselves to me. But yes, something like living in the Manson or the fucking Sharon Tate house. I'm like that. Yeah. Nah. But I get it if it's good. But then that brings so much more meaning to like March of the Pigs.
Yes.
Where you're like, because they did write pig and blood.
And there's a song Piggy. So here, let's start with the first song on the album, Mr. Self-Destruct. Here, play the intro because this is not a easy listen. This is how he starts the fucking record, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. This
loud.
Sound.
It's abrasive.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is how he's starting. So let's get a little taste. Hold on. What is that noise? Is somebody getting fucked?
Like somebody getting beaten, getting flogged.
Yeah. That's when we get to the chorus. Hold on. Let's get one chorus. All right, you can cut it off. You cut it off.
Imagine that blaring in your in a two-door Nissan Sentra on some 6x9s.
I mean, this is so the song title seems to be one of the several references to Soft Cell, a cited influence for Nine Inch Nails, as a song of the same name opens for their 1984 album, The Last Night in Sodom. Critics receiving positive feedback from music critics, this title became used as the official name for their tour. And this is basically, you know, this song, Mr. Self-Destruct. This is like him literally where he is at his lowest point right now. He's starting to get into where he's sabotaged. And was there ever a moment in your career where you self-destructed or you thought you were going to?
Oh, dude, I feel like every fucking night I self-destruct. I feel like I'm constantly on the verge of just sabotaging because you just get so frustrated with the state of it all and the state of the world and the state of like. I don't know, like, I care a lot about what I do. And so you get really like, fuck. And it's inward. It's not out. It's more inward than it's outward. It's less frustrated. I get frustrated with the state of comedy, but I also get more frustrated with myself for not, you know, I always feel like I'm coming up short of my own standards. So there's a lot of like self-inflicted fuck you.
Even with all the success that you've had recently, because now I feel like you're starting to get like you had the special on Peacock, produced, you know, presented by Michael Che, which is awesome. Huge. You did great. People loved it. You're opening up for David Cross, and then on top of that, now you're on a TV show coming out, which is like this is probably what you've been working for most of your life.
Yeah, and I'm insanely grateful. I'm massively grateful for all of it. But there's still that part of you that's like, but I don't want to get lazy because I've seen it happen to other people. Where they gain some success, and then suddenly they start resting on their laurels, and then it derails everything.
Yeah.
And like to me, I'm like, I just can't. I keep writing, keep pushing, keep performing. Like I've had other comics, which is weird, but I get it. People be like, why do you like you're going up again tonight? Why? And I'm like, cause I want to fucking do stand up.
Yeah.
And also, I'm just not. I don't feel like I am even close to being where I want to be as an artist, as a performer. I keep pushing myself further.
Really?
I get real in my head about this shit, and I try to just let go of it all.
Please do, because I think you are
thank you.
When Ari shouted you, Adrian, and I think I just remember the two of you, but there was another one too. Yeah, and there's three of the strongest comics that in New York, if not in New York and in LA. So
I mean, that's nice, that's sweet, but I also fall. You know, last night at the fucking Cellar, I had what I consider just one of those sets where you're like, fuck, I tried something and it didn't work, and now I'm going to beat myself up over it. You know, and like it just it still happens, but I'm saying I'm only mad at myself because that's how I grew up learning. Is if I get pissed off of myself, then I suddenly go, all right, I'll figure this the fuck out.
Yeah.
Right? I beat myself up more than anybody else ever has. And like I do think it's necessary because I keep pushing myself. But at the same time, I am grateful for everything.
Yeah.
I look at it all, I'm like, God, I'm so happy to be here. It's awesome. But I'm also like, I'm still the guy that, yes, I'm on a show on FX. I'm very fucking proud of it.
Yeah.
But I'm very fucking happy about it coming out. It's going to be awesome. But I'm also like, will still give myself shit over a Sunday night set.
Yeah.
And
it's just that I'm the only, I should be further along success-wise in my career if I just could have believed in myself. I was Mr. Self-Destruct for years. I didn't believe in myself at the moments that I needed to, and if I just would have had a better fucking go-ahead in my brain of saying, you can do this, you're good, don't worry about what other people think, I mean, it would be all the shit I'm figuring out now, because like I love that you said that. We're always still figuring shit out. We're all still striving. Yeah. But it's like, if I mean, I have only, no one is holding me down. Nobody's fucking like, trying to have me fail. It's only me, So if there's any song and title, I mean, I wish maybe it could have been a little bit more like melodic, this song, a little bit.
Well, that's the thing about this, an album like this reminds you of too, is like, I feel like everyone gets so concerned, so focused on the idea of creating something that just is a super big hit and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
But then if you try to do that, you are going to create dog shit, because you can't make something for everyone. You can truly only make something for yourself and hope that people identify or like it because they are similar to you.
Well, this is if not to
going through shit, you're
100%. But this is if you listen, because I've listened to all the records recently prior to this. I mean, he's done nothing that has sounded this abrasive, and this is. I mean, could you imagine
this? Yes.
No, not just since this.
Yeah.
Before this, this is probably one of the hardest songs. It's not the. Is it? I think did I read that before? That this is actually no. There's another song on here that he used a faster tempo.
March of the Pigs.
No, there's something else. Here, let's dive into. We'll get, because we're almost there. It's it's like literally like a pubic hair away. Yeah. So Piggy, which you mentioned, I love when the organs come in.
It's such a slow, like, especially a jump from this song.
From this down to that. Pig. Play 107 just so we get a little taste of this. Just give us a little. I mean, just the exact opposite of everything we've just been listening to. When here it's coming. I mean, that's just, that. So dope. All right, you cut it off. That is just, to me, I mean, what a great way to go from Mr. Self-Destruct to Piggy. Richard Patrick from the band Filter was a guitarist in the Nine Inch Nails from 89 to 93. He had said that his nickname while in the band was Piggy. Trent was apparently angry with Richard because he sensed that he wanted to concentrate more on his own music. Do you want to take my picture? Do you remember that when Filter had a minute? They had a moment.
Well, I was trying to think of the other song.
Filter was kind of like the grunge Hoobastank. Not grunge, the industrial Hoobastank.
What was the?
Oh, that's why I said, hey man, nice shot. Nice shot, man.
That song had a sick bass line, though.
You know what that's about?
About a guy, like the politician who blasted himself, right?
Politician that killed himself from Pennsylvania. This was a hate track. This song was written a hate track about fucking what's his name? About Richard.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Have you ever had the desire to write, like a hate track or an equivalent one? Do you ever write a joke being like "fuck you" to somebody? Kind of.
Oh, I think we all write a "fuck you" to something joke. For multiple albums,
without giving away
some comedians are "fuck you." You mean like something personally?
Just have you ever wrote a joke knowing? I mean, they never might know it's about them, but it's like,
oh, for sure, dude. Like bits that you have about something you like. I'm actually working on a bit now that is specifically about someone very close to me in my life, and if they ever hear this, they'll know who they are. But it's one of my biggest pet peeves, and it's because they do it all the time. It's the person who in social situations goes, hey, if I'm being too much, just tell me to fuck off or whatever. I hate that. Yeah. I'm like, no, we're adults. I shouldn't have to fucking check the temperature of this conversation for you. Like, if you can't tell that you're being too much, then that means you're being too much.
Yeah.
So fuck off. And they never fuck off. That's the problem. When someone goes, hey, if I'm being too much, just let me know. When you let them know, they don't stop. They lean in harder. Then they act like you're the asshole for telling them the thing that they fucking requested you tell them. And it's part of a bigger problem. It's people being unaware megalomaniac thinking the world revolves around them. Anyway, so but that yes, I have a lot of bits like that. But yes, it's all about it. I mean, like, who are your biggest influences are the people in your life, and I mean influences as far as like you kind of see the world and yourself through their eyes sometimes.
Sure.
And that's where I get a lot of my ideas from. Sure. Just from like experiencing shit through other people. I've written jokes about you. No,
I'm flattered.
Yeah, no.
I love that you said you see the world through the eyes of the people around you. So that is why it's going to perfectly segue into the next song, Hearsay. Because I feel this song is, when I was talking about the basis for every single thing Marilyn Manson has done.
Twiggy.
This is Twiggy. The play. This in my opinion. This is. I'm not gonna say he stole it, but just play 41 seconds into Hearsay.
Okay.
The quiet, loud. Cut it off. The quiet, loud. That like Marilyn Manson was so big on that like. The singing in that high falsetto and then screaming it. Yeah. This actually is about confronting and questioning Christianity.
No, really?
I know.
Wait, I didn't catch that.
Got it!
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it's basically how it used Christianity is used to control people and how it contradicts itself, which is 100% true.
Oh,
it is
fantastically true.
He also thought he was like spoke about the meaning about the lyrics of the song. I was trying to explore some of the paranoia I have as a sexually active person in the age of AIDS, and I guess I felt cheated for not growing up in a more liberated era. Yeah, man, we kind of did get fucked. You know?
I mean, but that's why I wore protection. That's why I still wear it. I wear a full body condom, brother.
No, my producer said, he said, some things don't change. Here we are in 2024 with the same issue. Yeah, I think AIDS is like, I'm not worried about AIDS. At this point now?
Well, now they've got the PrEP.
PrEP.
Yeah,
dude. It's over, dude.
Yeah.
AIDS is, I mean, do you remember how crazy that was? I remember that kid that got the blood transfusion and Ryan White and he dies and Magic Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, I was that whole Magic Johnson getting AIDS thing. That was right before my time kind of thing. But I remember it. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like it didn't like I wasn't like a huge Magic Johnson fan, but I remember being like, "Oh, that guy's got AIDS."
It was a huge deal. That was huge. That was the first big celebrity.
Still alive, you know.
He gained weight.
Yeah, he opened more restaurants.
He's huge, dude.
That was the first one I ever went. The first Magic Johnson restaurant I ever saw was when I moved to LA.
Wait,
the Magic Johnson. It's a restaurant chain. Yeah, it's like a Magic Johnson's fucking. Come on,
taqueria.
No, it's like a. I mean, I'm gonna
fuck it up, dude.
I think it's a chicken place. I didn't.
You're racist. Racist.
I didn't know. I'm not. I'm not. But I'm pretty sure it's like But he has like a Magic Johnson's restaurant.
Sure, dude. Michael Jordan has a steakhouse at Mohegan Sun.
No, but I mean, it's like Is it called Michael Jordan's Steakhouse?
I think it is.
Or like number 23 Steakhouse.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, dude. Any steakhouse. It's a surefire. Like Trent Reznor, open a steakhouse.
Here, I got a question
where
for you.
They serve the meat raw and pulsing.
But it would be Wagyu though.
It would all be
Wagyu.
Raw Wagyu.
Right, try to get that out.
Raw Wagyu.
What's your cut of meat? What do you get?
Ribeye.
Totally. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
we're on the same page.
Medium rare.
We're on this. Perfect. I say medium rare, but I ask them what do you recommend? They say medium rare. Okay. But
I've been to there's my favorite steakhouse in the world is in Madison, Wisconsin. It's called the Tornado Room. Right? Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. They don't even ask how you want it cooked.
They just do.
They just know. They're like, we're it's going to be medium rare. And like if you want it cooked differently, you have to say something. But I love that. You just tell them and they bring it to you. Porterhouse. Bam.
What's the chef recommend? Medium rare. There it is.
No, Magic Johnson's. But also, fuck it. Wait. I had a Magic Johnson thing because there was something about him that was fucking. I mean, he is awesome just as a human being. But like, God, there was something that was also awesome about the way he handled having AIDS.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch that press conference where he's just like, "Hey, fuck, man, I got it, but I'm still here." It was a very oh man, that was I'm sure for the early '90s for that period, a lot of people going through that shit were like, "Oh my God, it's so dire," and he comes out, and he's like, "I got HIV, I'm gonna deal with it."
I mean, I don't know.
It was a very brave. You could say like, hey, that's a brave fucking guy for that time to just be like, I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna tell everyone I got it, and I'm gonna just chin up.
And then he came out, he retired, and then he came back for the All-Star game, and then I'm not mistaken, he came back again.
Oh, really?
And he played like half a season or played a season, something like that.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
But yeah, and then he's just, now you don't even like, you're like, you're healthier than most of us.
Yeah, you're like, I'll be blood brothers.
How
with you.
crazy
I'll
is
probably
that?
I'll probably get healthier if we be blood brothers, Matt.
Let's talk about one of the most iconic songs on this record, because now you're getting into what I call the best three. I think these next three songs are the strongest songs.
Okay.
March of the Pigs.
Yeah.
It stands as the fastest Nine Inch Nails song ever recorded, coming in at 269 BPMs.
Yeah.
Features an aggressive verse followed by a stripped down piano chorus. Lyrically, the song represents all of the fake people encountered in the protagonist's life and his desire to peel back the mask they wear. The song itself is critical of society and the apparent superficiality of life.
Stains like the blood on your teeth.
Yeah, dude, this is a crowd pleaser. This is something that when you play it, I mean, when I saw Foo Fighters the other night,
they played this,
and Josh, because they go through everybody when he introduces everybody, they all play a song of some sort, and he goes, this guy's played it 9 Inch Nails. There's actually great video.
Wait, really quickly, you saw Foo Fighters?
Do you have, say what?
You saw the Foo Fighters?
I did.
Are there a bunch of Swifties like protesting and
talking
shit?
but I think they did control the weather and they got the show rained out. Can you find a clip of Josh Freese playing March of the Pigs? He set it up. It's just he set up GoPro cameras. So it's awesome. So when you find that, thoughts on this song, March of the Pigs, we kind of mentioned it already.
That was the fucking anthem. That shit, I vividly remember hearing this song for the first time. And it was like I wish I was jumping out of a plane right now.
Yeah,
it just makes you want to like run. Like it was like, if I had super speed, this would be my workout track.
Yeah, dude.
Blast around. Like,
super speed.
Made me want to fucking run, just move, just fight, kick. Like if I was if I was a UFC fighter, this would be my training song.
Yeah,
because I love because it comes out fast, and then the piano, like it doesn't it make you feel better?
It's beautiful,
and it's like you just stop and let the rage build a little more, and then oh, it's so fucking good.
How do you deal with fake people in the industry?
Mock them.
Nice.
Or just pay them no attention.
Yeah.
Just don't. That's what they need. That's what they want. You know who they are. There's no. I mean, everybody has that moment, because it's fucked up when you realize it, because you see it in other people sometimes, and then you're like, "Fuck, man." Everybody, especially in this industry, has that like percentage of yourself where you can I'm not gonna say fake's too strong of a word, but you sort of allow yourself to be open to people you normally would never fucking speak to. And you're like, whatever, just playing the game here, whatever. And you see people you idolize doing it. You're like, fuck, everyone does this. And you realize, okay, whatever, survival, whatever. But then there are people who walk into rooms, notice who's sitting around, disappear for 10 minutes, and come back and suddenly know everything about everyone's life and compliment everybody and make sure they are seen complimenting everyone. And you're like, oh, that's a fake human being.
Yeah.
That guy just went and Googled everyone he saw and pulled up remembered the first two things he saw when he Googled them, and is now giving them all props. Because that person needs everyone to know how liked they are and how and it's one of those like, oh man, I'm talking about someone specific when I give that story, but
somebody did that.
Yeah, I
okay, offstate. No. You get, dude.
Someone does that regularly, but you see a lot of that shit, and not even in comedy, just in life, dude. Like just in like talking to. I can't imagine what it's like being in politics.
Oh God, yeah, they just have to constantly like. You're constantly lying and just like, oh, it's just like, yeah.
And then like, I wonder if there's like a justification where he's like, I only told 3 real lies this week. The rest were all white lies. Or shiny lies. Or normal lies. You're like, what's a normal lie? That's a lie where no one gets hurt. It's like, it's still a lie.
When have you, I'm going to flip this on the script. When have you, give me a moment where you were fake. Like you.
Fake?
Yeah.
I mean,
because I already say, like, there was a comic that stole a joke from me. We've talked about Crystalia, I'll say it. He got canceled. I don't give a shit.
Oh.
He stole a joke from
No
me,
shit.
and this is an old thing. And it's just for like years I had, because he was this big name, I just had to push it down and just go up to him and be like, "Hey, Chris, good to see you." And like, it hurt me. And we had it out a long time before that.
Right.
And truth be told, by the end of it, right before he got canceled, he did my podcast. I got paid back. He did my podcast. I made money off his name. But I was gonna say is like, but dude, I had to fucking, that hurt being that fucking disingenuous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that hurt. I thought you were gonna jump to the track, like the track on this album. Hurt.
But doesn't it make you feel better,
dude? I mean, fuck, dude. When was I fake? I mean, right now, I've never even heard Nine Inch Nails.
I want the real you, man.
I mean, dude, it's a specific example. I don't know, because anytime, well, especially when I was younger in this business, if I caught myself feeling like I was being like, I would just walk away from the situation, find a way to get away from it. Be like, oh, I'll be right back, and just walk away. Because it's like you start, but then that's also, I'm highly judgmental of myself.
Sure.
So then it's like hard. Then you start, like, I mean, then sometimes if I'm just being nice to like someone, I'm like, am I being fucking fake right now? And I start to get in my head about that. I'm like, no. But then you know what I find? Just be honest about that in the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sorry for being so fake, everyone. You know, and like,
sure.
Or like, hey, I'm going through some shit right now. I got to step away. You know, just be honest about the shit.
Sure.
Because it's like, fake to me is obviously manipulating someone for your own benefit. And I can honestly say that's not my shit. It's not. It shouldn't be anyone's shit, but you and I have both seen it's a lot of people.
Sure, a lot.
You
Way
know?
too many.
And unfortunately, a lot of the people who it's a lot of people's things, they get a lot in life, but they know who they are, and they walk around wondering why no one gives a shit that they're in the room.
Sure.
And, you know, it's like, yeah, there you go.
Sure.
But anyway, sorry.
No. Dude, totally.
That goes into the next song, Tangent.
Closer, dude.
I have video from the Queens.
Play a little bit of Josh Freeze.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Put your fucking phones down. Start moshing.
I love him so much.
Oh, man.
All right, cut it off.
The only thing that sucks about that is seeing all the audience with the goddamn phones. I mean, I've seen that at shows recently.
I know.
Like, come on, everyone.
I know. And
I find myself, you talking about rage.
I record a little bit. I do.
Same,
I
but
pull
then
it
you're like,
out.
stop,
I pull
put
it
it
out. I do 30 seconds or whatever. I get a little clip and then I put it away.
When I was in Atlanta earlier this year, when we were filming, we went and saw Madonna, and I caught myself at a certain point where I'm like, yeah, put the fucking phone down, just look at Madonna.
Oh my god, dude! You record. Listen, I say you get a little like when Axl Rose showed up at Billy Joel. I recorded the whole thing.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
Hold on, I think your mic's on out there, really loud. There we go. Yeah, I was like, I can hear everything.
I thought that was just life now, man. After our senses have been elevated by some fucking.
Let's talk closer. Let's talk closer.
This is angered the world.
Yeah. Well, so why I like because it's totally not what everybody thinks it's about. People think this is about needing maybe people think this is about needing sexual release, but Closer is a meditation on self-hatred and obsession. To Reznor's dismay, the song was widely misinterpreted as a lust anthem due to its chorus. In an interview, Trent further developed the idea it's super negative and super hateful. It's I am a piece of shit, and I am declaring that, and you think you want me? Here I am. I don't think it would become a frat party. He didn't think it would become a frat party anthem or a titty bar anthem, which, yes, this song at a strip club. Could you imagine? I've played it hundreds of times probably when I DJ'd, but could you imagine this was probably every other dancer. This was probably the most played song. This was like
it probably created strippers.
Just the idea of them?
Just that I'm saying like just some woman heard it and was like, oh my God, I want to take my clothes off for money.
Yeah.
I've got nothing else going. Fuck it. I'm going to do this.
So this came in at number 270 on Rolling Stone Magazine's 2021 list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. It reached number 41 on the U.S. Billboard's Hot 100, number 25 in the UK, and number 3 on the Australian
That's it. Number 41.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a good 2-year period where I heard that song 5 times a week on the radio. Like back when radio was still a thing.
Well, no, it's still played. I think
A lot. And it was I want up. You like it, animal.
What is the what is the Mount Rushmore? If you had to pick 3 of the best strip club songs,
I mean, just 3, or you want Mount Rushmore being 4?
Oh yeah, 4. Okay, I don't know how many people.
Fucking hilarious! Like, guys, Josh thinks there's only 3 presidents on the Mount Rushmore.
Okay, yes, you're right.
So-
it's who is it? Washington, Roosevelt,
Jefferson?
Lincoln, Jefferson.
Yeah. I think, but I think there's only 3, but I know all 4. That's I mean, this definitely closer. Hey, you're crazy, bitch, but you fuck so good, I'm on top of it.
I said, hey, I'm fucking you all night.
What's that?
It's crazy, bitch.
But who's that fucking by? I don't even know.
Buck Cherry.
Buck Cherry. Yeah, that for sure.
Girls. What about that?
I don't know.
No, okay.
Casey and JoJo All My Life. I've only seen that once. And it blew my... I mean, I do a bit about it, so I'm not going to lean into it too hard. But it's on my special and on the album, Scuttlebutt. But the one time a stripper came out dancing to Iris by Goo Goo Dolls.
And I don't want the world
Changed my life.
Oh, man.
The first time I ever went to a strip club was called Scuttlebutt. It's no longer there, R.I.P. Off the I-10 service road in Slidell, Louisiana. I do a whole bit about it, but check it out. But
I gotta watch that. I'm sorry, I haven't seen it, but I love that. I love that.
But yeah,
Iris.
Fucking changed my life. But closer for sure. But also, like, I remember my mom and dad simultaneously at the same time hearing me fucking blare this in my room and being like, "Sean, what is that? Wait, what? What's the song?" And me playing it for them and them being like, but they never took it away. My parents were never like, you can't listen to this music. They were just like, come on, don't. All right.
I also love about this song, it keeps building and building and building and building and building, and then it gets to the point where it's just like it's noise, not noise, but it's like it's about to explode, and then he drops it down to that piano ending.
Yeah.
And I also think what made this song so popular, it's not just that lyric, "I want to fuck you like an animal," which is like probably one of the most iconic lines of
chorus.
But if you say that, people immediately know it's this song.
1000%.
But it's a music video who's directed by Mark
sick.
Romanek with those like earth tones and like him spinning.
Yeah.
He shot it on a hand crank camera from 1919.
I mean, you remember when this was the thing about Nine Inch Nails that was also dope. They were built for the music video era. The music.
Yeah.
And like the music, the height of music videos, like the 90s. There was some fucking amazing, like everything Spike Jonze did.
Everything's dude. Even hip hop. Even
Michelle Gondry,
Hype Williams. Do you know Spike Jonze? Like, I mean, Sabotage. He did. Do you know that comedian? I'm gonna fuck his goddamn name up. Oh my god, he was in that band Wax.
Comedian?
Yeah, he's a comic. Joe Sib.
I don't think I know.
Do you know Joe?
No.
He's an LA dude, but he was in. You know that iconic video by Spike Jonze where the guy's running down the street on fire?
Oh yeah, sure.
That's Wax, and that was his band. And
you remember the video for Method Man to Cal, where they're all on the bus.
To Cal, I know Bring the Pain.
Oh, Bring the Pain. Yeah,
I do know that.
Cal,
sure, yeah.
Bring the Pain. That is still where he's got the fucking fangs.
Oh yeah,
dude, it's such a great video. So many people have met Method Man over the years because he does a lot of shit with comedians and like TV and acting stuff. I'm very jealous of this. I would love to meet Method Man.
Oh,
anyway,
you've met him. He would love to meet you.
You've met him?
I have not.
Oh, I would love to.
I've met Jizza. I've met Jizza. I've met RZA.
Oh, wow.
I've seen Old Dirty Bastard live. I saw him do. It was one of the best concerts I've ever seen in my life.
But I think those guys, because I can't remember where I know this from, but something I know. I think Method Man was a fan of this album too. Of like that's why I brought it up.
So
clearly because everything connects.
So the music video ranked number 1 in VH1 Classic
For
poll,
sure.
20 greatest music videos of all time. He said Reznor said that the rarest of things occurred where the song sounded better to me when you see the video. I agree with that. I agree. Even the way it had like scenes missing and like it kept saying all that. It was really cool. The song samples a drum track from Iggy Pop's 1977 Night Clubbing. What is this? Tommy Lee, drummer, said of the song, "Come on, dude, I want to fuck you like an animal." That's the all-time fuck song. That's such a fucking Tommy Lee thing. Righteous.
Yeah. The guy's dick is half of his brain.
He do when he gets hard, he gets lightheaded, bro.
His IQ drops 15 points.
All right, so we really have a lot more time, but I want to talk about a few more songs. But Ruiner is quite possibly one of my favorite songs on this record.
Yeah, it's a fucking jam.
He said this is the hardest song to write.
Really?
I think this is the best chorus on the record. Play 32 seconds in for Ruiner. I love this. I love when this shit drops. It's literally sounds like an early 1990s movie villain to feel. I mean, this is like
So fucking cool.
yeah, cut it off.
Yeah,
this is
so
like
fucking
it sounds like it almost sounds like medieval. It's like it's Bach, it's Beethoven. It's like you can't sit there and say that what Trent Reznor isn't doing isn't influenced by classical
sure,
music. And I mean that's
I remember
Bram
at
Stoker's Dracula.
at the concert in '95. The keyboardist, the thing was on springs.
Oh yeah,
It
dude.
like moved. When
Dude,
he played.
do me a favor. Do me a favor, and we're gonna watch this towards the end. But pull up 9 Inch Nails live at Woodstock '94, because I feel that's
Were they
right.
94?
They were 94. I don't think they did 99. Which, by the way, if anybody can find me a Woodstock '99 official merch T-shirt, I want that T-shirt so bad.
That documentary is amazing.
All of them are amazing.
I've only seen the
there's
one.
like 9 of
I've only
them.
seen the one
God
where they break down how it was essentially all Fred Durst.
I'm going to see, dude. I'm going to see Limp Bizkit tomorrow night.
What?
With Corey
Oh,
Feldman?
you told me this.
Yeah.
The way you said it the first time, I was like, "You're going with Corey Feldman to see Limp
wish.
Bizkit?" I'm
I
like,
wish,
what the fuck?
dude.
What
I
the
fucking
fuck?
love him.
Where are you at now, Josh? Oh, he's performing.
yeah. I'm hanging out with Corey Feldman, the hologram of Corey Haim. You know.
Oh man, we're doing a remake of Goonies, but neither one of them was in it. We're gonna go. Wait, what's the fucking movie that they were in that was really good? Oh, we're gonna do the Lost Boys. Cosplay hang.
Cosplay. Ruiner. Goddamn. The Becoming. I don't want to skip over tracks, but because I have such good questions, but who gives a shit?
I mean, Hurt. What's that? The last song?
Hold on. Let's dive in. Let's not to skip, but I want to talk about Big Man with the Gun. It might have my favorite chorus of all time. I don't know if I gave you a time code for it. Did you get the time code for Big Man with the Gun? Yeah, just get me to the chorus. Shoot, 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 shoot. Shoot, 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 shoot. Yeah. I'm going to come all over you. Cut it off. Shoot, 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 shoot. I'm going to come all over you. This is a whole song just about dicks, dude.
It's my masturbation anthem.
Is it really?
Has been for 30 years now.
I feel good.
Hilarious.
By the way, you realize that, and I don't know if we mentioned already, this is the 30th anniversary of this record.
Yeah.
This year, right now, is the 30th anniversary of it. So I love Big Man with a Gun, and I hate to, I don't want to...
Holy fuck, dude.
What?
No, you're 1,000% right. I'm a year off. Yeah, this was 94. I was right. That's right, because I just turned, yes! Holy shit, yeah, it was not, I keep saying 95.
14, I was 14
it was
years
95,
old.
1994. Holy shitballs.
So, dude,
So, yeah, it was 30 years ago.
Well, what was so cool was that,
Almost.
man, you could see the progression. You could see the progression of how this record was going to go with the first album, then he does the 2 EPs, and then he does this. And then The Fragile is, supposedly, him healing. You know what I mean?
Such a good song.
Which is a great album. It's one of those things that there's a song too, but it's also I look at it like it's the same shit with Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. If they just would have made one album, you're talking about another masterpiece to back up this, because this is Trent Reznor's masterpiece. This is
opus,
he will
sure.
never do. I mean, well, also I said this to Ralph outside. I do think instrumentally, I do think the Social Network soundtrack, the score to that might be one of his best works ever.
Well, yeah, but that's like, yeah. She's
No. That's
awesome.
what we're getting now. Now we're getting him and Atticus. Because, dude, they just did the soundtrack to Challengers, that movie with Zendaya, and dude, people are like raving about
Nine Inch Nails.
Well, it's him and Atticus Rose. So yes, the new members of Nine Inch
What?
Nails, dude. Yeah, it's
The tennis movie.
the tennis movie.
That's rad as fuck.
Oh, hold on, and then okay, pull up whatever the top track from Challengers is, and we'll play that just so he can hear it. I wish I knew it. Let's get into. So we got A Warm Place, Eraser, hardest beat on the record. Yeah. Let's Reptile. God damn,
dude.
This is I wrote. This is powerful shit. At Reptile is play 6 minutes and 52. Or no, 2 minutes and 51. Play Reptile. This is epic goth shit. That's what I wrote for Reptile.
I like you have notes.
Oh, dude, I sit down, I do a whole listening, I write. This is just epic. Yeah, cut it off. And then, oh wait, we gotta play. Damn it, man! There's always so much I want to talk about. Like, let's get to the close. Let's get to Hurt, because it all leads up to that. You know, it's gonna go from Eraser, A Warm Place, Eraser, Reptile, which we just played, the Downward Spiral, and then You Are Here at Hurt. The song is about realizing consequence and regret. It sends a powerful message that we all should proceed through life wisely, because there is nothing worse than being stuck with a label, a pain, a sickness, or a death that we know beforehand will leave us only wishing things had been different and that we could change the choices we made.
Well, that's like this is one of the reasons I don't like. I don't
the
fancy
Johnny Cash.
the Johnny Cash is because in the Johnny Cash version, in my opinion, they change a lyric that to me is important to the song.
What did they change?
In the Trent Reznor, in the original, it's I wear this crown of shit upon my liar's chair. Right? In the Johnny Cash versions, I wear this crown of thorns. And I get it. They made a more radio-friendly version. But a crown of thorns to me implies, like Jesus, you're being crucified for who you are. Whereas a crown of shit implies it's a crown you made yourself out of self-pity, self-hatred, and almost self-mocking, right?
Yeah.
And it makes it makes it all so much more powerful to me of, you can have it all, my empire of dirt. Because I'll let you down. I'll make you hurt. But when he's like, I wear this crown of thorns, it's like, now it's like a Jesus thing.
Well,
Like,
have you listened
it
to that?
sounds more Messiah-like, where it's like, crown of shit. It's like, I have a crown. It's made of feces because I'm worthless. I love that.
Yeah.
Way much more.
Well, I think you're dealing with the reason why people suck the dick of the Johnny Cash version is because it's like, you know, it's him, this old man, and he's
Johnny Cash, sure.
Yeah, but he's this
a
iconic,
legend.
the man in black. He's in the video. There's no makeup. He's singing it from his home in Tennessee. He doesn't try to look younger. It's like I think that it's the same thing with it's the same thing with what we talked about. Closer in the video is so important.
Yeah,
the video and the album cover and everything. The fact that it's like Rick Rubin got him to do these songs. It's this huge deal.
Sure. I get all that, but
he's close to death in the sense where he's
I'm not saying I hate the Johnny Cash version. I'm simply saying to me, when I first heard it didn't do, because to me I was like, that place is already filled by the original for me. The cover does nothing, for me. I'm just.
So it's funny that you say that Trent Reznor has confessed that originally he was very angry that Johnny Cash had covered this, as it was such a personal song to him. Yeah. However, once he heard Cash's heart-rending version and saw the poignant video, he changed his tune.
Okay.
He said in 2008, the Cash thing was a couple years into being clean. I was very unsure of myself. Did I have anything to say? Could I still write music? Did anyone still care? I've been out of the limelight for a while. I put the brakes on everything to try to get it in my life in order. I've been friends with Rick Rubin for several years. He called me to ask how I feel about Johnny Cash covering it. I said I was flattered, but was given no indication that it was actually already recorded. And then he heard it. and he thought it was actually pretty strange. And then just goes on, like, he's like, for anyone who hasn't seen the music video or heard the song, he's like, I highly recommend checking it out. It gave me goosebumps just now thinking about that.
Okay.
Johnny Cash's rendition of the song was voted the best ever cover version in a poll by BBC Six Music.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it got twice as many votes as Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower, and Johnny Cash with a little help from my friends.
Wait, Johnny Cash covered.
Joe Cocker. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. Joe Cocker. I'm sorry. I start reading and then my brain gets all
I
like.
would love to hear the fucking Johnny Cash cover. I get by with a little help from my friend.
I get by with a little help from my friends. How'd it go? Something like that. Reznor sings here, and you could have it all. My Empire of Dirt. A forewarning of the whole junkie lifestyle he got involved in following the release of the Downward Spiral.
Yeah.
I mean. Yeah, dude, this is how you end the record. This is how you fucking do it.
Yeah.
You
Because it starts so big and so like immediately industrial, and then ends on this like, just like fuck.
It's beautiful. It's like, you strip away. I mean, listen, if you strip away a lot of the noise in some of these other songs, like it's going to sound just as beautiful as Hurt.
Yeah.
He is, when you can't sit there and say that he's not a great songwriter. I'm not going to say he's a pop artist.
No.
But I think what he's making, it's like, we can talk about it. It's deep, man. It's deep. It's beautiful. It's great.
It reminds you that everything, whatever you do in life, you got to do it for yourself first. It's got to be something you love and want to hear and want to experience and want to do it has to be. Because then otherwise you become hollow. You ever see the movie Pig?
Oh my God. Wept.
Fantastic film.
Fantastic. Well, by the way, Nicolas Cage, dude, love this third act of his life.
Fantastic.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like,
but also him dressing down that chef at that like trendy restaurant, to me is one of my favorite fucking scenes ever in a long time. Because it's like, what, you didn't want this and you did this because everybody else told you should. And like, I think that's such an important, and I'm tying it back into albums like this, where I know this album is not for everyone. And that's the best shit. Nothing should be for everyone. I get annoyed at the idea. This is what industry tells you. This is what the phonies tell you. I'm not saying all industry's phony, but the phony members of industry tell you this, that you have to make something for everyone to please the people.
Yeah.
And it's what comedy's becoming. It's what art is becoming, where it's like, if you can't sell it to everyone, it's dog shit. And I'm like, no, that's the exact opposite of what it is. If you can sell it to everyone, I think it's dog shit. You can't. That's where mediocrity comes from. True greatness comes from, in my opinion, making something that you love so much and you put it out there, and you can't control who's going to like it or not. But the people who like it will love it.
Yeah.
And that's where greatness comes from. That's where the downward spirals come from. That's where the fucking pet sounds come from. That's where the lemonades come from. That's where, you know what I mean? Like, that's where the great shit. I'm just naming albums off the fucking list that you showed me.
No,
but I do agree those are great albums.
This everything you're saying is right. He put his heart and soul into it. He got many Grammy nominations for Best Alternative Performance, Best Rock Song for Hurt. I'm trying to find the exact number of records sold. But what was that your phone?
Oh, sorry.
I was like, wait, what ring is that? What song is that?
That's Alt J.
One of the, I love Alt J.
Love Alt J.
Love Alt J, but seeing them live, man, it's kind of a.
Did they suck?
It didn't suck. They just don't. They don't move around.
It's from.
I've seen them twice.
Yeah.
I saw them in Brooklyn. Brooklyn show is better than the LA show, but they also don't play a lot of. They don't play like Hunger of the Pines. They don't play it.
That's from Breeze Blocks. That's from.
No, I love. Dude, I'm a fan. The Where was I? Here it is. Their accolades. Nine Inch Nails has sold over 20 million records, 13 Grammy Award nominations, only winning for the songs Wish in 92 and Happiness is Slavery in 96. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2020.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
After being nominated in 2014, their first year of eligibility, and again in 2015. They won a Golden Globe. Him and Ross, Atticus Ross, for their best original score and an Academy Award for The Social Network.
I mean, dude, I think that's such a fucking cool. Like, if you're a musician, I feel like that's like the chapter you look forward to in your career of like the dude, your boy who works with Paul Thomas Anderson from Radiohead, who scored
Johnny Greenwood.
Yeah, who did There Will Be Blood,
He's,
which is so fucking.
he's done all of his movies now.
Yeah,
I think
but-
he did The Master. He did everything.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but like There Will Be Blood is the one that like that's
Sure.
so fucking amazing. But like, yeah, I love like everything Reznor. You're like, yeah, good. But I love that he scored a tennis movie.
Play it. Do you get a clip of it? You got here. Play a little bit of Challengers. Let's hear a little bit of that. Yeah, I mean,
Fuck yeah.
so you tell
would
me
play
this.
tennis to this.
Yeah, tell me this. They know what they're doing, dude. The soundtrack they did for the TV show Watchmen.
They did that?
Oh my
The HBO?
god! Oh my god!
That was,
dude.
I didn't know that. I
Fuck!
didn't know
What did the fuck, man? I want to.
Man, you know what's-
God damn it! I'm gonna see if I can pull this up. I want you to hear that while I look. But the other clip I want us to play them live at Woodstock, covered in dirt. This is the record came out. Do we have it?
Yes.
Just covered in mud. So this is what, cut the volume, play it, but cut the volume. This is what Woodstock, this is like what it was, the vibe, you know what I mean? Just love, peace, music.
Oh, yeah.
Just, this is great, dude. The band looks fucking awesome. They're the coolest they've ever looked. This is this is before he got all muscular. So he's on drugs here, obviously. But like, this is as good, the Green Day did something kind of similar. Nothing as cool as this. And that's how great this is. Woodstock. They're playing goth.
Yeah.
Like Bauhaus shit. I was going to say there's
94, when everyone thought we could do this again because it's peaceful.
I wanted to find the actual song that I
then-
love so much, but I don't know if this is it though. Hold on. I mean, this is the soundtrack from like Watchmen.
You're talking about the HBO one season. God, that was so fucking good.
It was such a great show.
I'm so glad they only did the one
Oh,
season.
did they do? Oh, no, that was it. No.
What?
Fuck, they do. God damn it. And I know where. Oh, God, he did. Was it Starman? They did a version of Starman.
The movie with
Hold on. Let me see if
Jeff Bridges?
no. Is it? He's a starman.
Oh, the Bowie song?
But yeah, but wait. Is this it? Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
Wait, hold on. Yeah.
Fuck.
God,
This is like waking up from
he has a sound, man, that no one else has.
This if we ever have intergalactic travel, this should be the song they play when everyone wakes up from their 50-year freeze, from their 50-year cryogenic sleep, getting to the new planet.
There's a chick that I sleep with sometimes. That
Just ruined it all.
but that's like, you play that music for a second, play it again. Like, because what she does is she always makes me videotape her, like when we're like out in public. Like, see, there's like a light installation. It's her like discovering the world of like.
Oh.
And me being a fucking trying to get laid. I love it.
Couldn't just be this girl I know. It's like this girl I bang sometimes.
All right, cut it off. I'm sorry. All right, there we go.
Okay, bud.
Let's
We all know.
let me do this little spiel. We'll get you out of here. So this is the only time we're going to be talking about Nine Inch Nails and the 500 on this one on the 2020 re-rank. Pretty Hate Machine made the cut.
So at 2 on 500
on the new version,
Okay.
not on ours. Pretty Hate Machine made the cut at 453. This record actually jumped 79 spots to number 122
on the 2020 version.
on the 2020 version.
So it was 201 on this one.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
And it jumped to 122.
122.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see
that,
why.
yeah.
This a lot of people influenced by this record. Definitely. I even think like Kanye West. You could go on and on about the people that definitely.
Oh yeah, I mean it was, and I'm sure he'd list a fuckload what's the word? Influences as well.
Yeah.
Because I know, you think about like that first Ministry album, and like just the hard industrial, but like he takes it to like a artsy level. He takes it to like a
this is like
he
probably
takes it to a beautiful level, a fuckable level.
This is
he made goth fuckable.
Very.
He made it sexy.
Which actually,
someone's gonna hate that I said that, but
let's get into our final questions. What's your favorite song on this record?
I mean, dude, if I'm being 100% honest, it's got to be March of the Pigs.
Yeah.
I just think it's a. If I had to like say, listen to one, I get it. Closer's the big hit, right? And I get it. We just kind of geeked out over Hurt.
Yeah.
But if I had to say, listen to one album or one song, I'd be like, listen to March of the Pigs.
March of the Pigs is the best song on the record. Yeah. But my favorite's Ruiner.
Ruiner's fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
But March of the Pigs is the best song on this record.
I also just think it's the perfect. It sums up what the album is.
Yeah.
It's just like these dark, fucked up lyrics, and it's about something, but it also goes from like the super fast pace to it was talked about earlier. It's like the melodic.
Yeah.
Doesn't it make you feel better? It's just the pigs have won tonight, and they can all sleep soundly, and everything is all right. Do we just harmonize? Not really. Yeah, I can't hear. I'm tone deaf.
We're doing good.
But I think that song.
What are you talking about?
Fucks.
I mean, you can fucking. We did fucking a perfect cover.
Yeah.
Of
just now
Cypress Hill.
Oh,
Insane in the Brain.
yeah, because rap known for its harmonizing.
Get the beat down, put your tempo just
so good.
I still remember at that fucking Skankfest where, and I still maintain, because we did not have time to rehearse. The band was supposed to come in with the bridge, and
we fucked up that. No, that I'm not talking about that time. I'm talking about the first time we did it.
Hold on, but it was still just funny because it was. And I'm telling the world this one. It was Skankfest. We're all 4 days in and just wrung out and just fucked up.
Yeah,
my voice is gone. Doing shows, been staying up till 8 a.m. every night. And we do this song, and I remember having this moment where I'm like, all right, the bridge isn't happening. Fuck it. I started again. And I remember not just me, not just you, but people in the audience were like, no, like I came in too soon.
Yeah. But that was a moment I should have stopped and go like, no, let's fucking do it now.
But I still remember the song ends, and we hug on stage, and you in my ear go, you came in too early with that last part. And I was so pissed at you in like a friendly way. I got off stage like, fucking Josh, just fucking.
You killed it.
But then.
And then last year
doing
Killing in the Name
was fantastic.
You'll do it again this year, by the way. You know that.
Am I doing it this year again?
Yes, you're always. You're one of my go-tos, especially because we're doing 3 again this year. Oh,
I'm only doing Skankfest for the one day.
Perfect.
So I'm only.
Then you'll do it that day.
Yeah,
do it that day. Are you doing the Sunday show?
Coming in for Sunday. Yeah.
Perfect.
But no, dude. Hurt is. I mean, yeah. I put March of the Pigs. I think is.
All right.
Yeah.
Least favorite song on this record.
I don't love Big Man with a Gun.
Okay.
I don't hate it. And I know we played it, and it's like, but to me, it's just one of those, like, I don't know, it never resonated with me. But
dude, it's not the best song. I think it's a little interesting, but I get it. Can you fuck to this record? You just queef.
Yeah. But also, I feel like, I mean, you're gonna, you better be ready to fuck though.
This is dark shit, dude.
Or it's like, this is experimental fucking.
If a girl puts on, or if somebody puts on this record and you're gonna fuck, there's expect to be like ass play,
it's all of it,
nipples,
all of it. Like you're fucking to fuck, not to nut to this song. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like this isn't like a nut real quick before you go to bed, wake up, morning sex album. This is like a, hey, we're both off. We both have nothing to do tonight. Let's just get fucking weird.
Yeah.
Let's just push the boundaries of what we're both comfortable with. And,
I've said that before.
You know
like,
what I mean?
It's like this, or like if a girl puts on like Rammstein, you're like, oh my god,
du hast mich.
Just nein. But
du hast mich total.
I'm not. It's not like it was made for fucking, but there is something dark and like it's like the way that like
It's marathon fucking.
marathon, but it's with the way that Deftones is like sexy rock
Sex metal.
fucking. This is like
Sex
you
metal.
you said it. This is cover yourself in mud and fucking get a yeast infection.
Oh, this is like role play. This is hide and seek fuck.
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah.
turn out all the lights and night vision goggle fuck.
Yeah.
This is like, you know what I mean? This is like,
Night vision.
yeah. Like if you've never been pegged before but you're interested in trying, this is the album.
I'm you know what? I just wish I had a girl that I had a girl that I was experimental with. But man, I never would have ever thought. I love fucking the music. Massive Attack, Portishead, yes. Deftones, yes. Even the Cure make their way in there because there's some real
Friday,
no. Disintegration, specifically
A Letter to
Disintegration.
Elise.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no.
got to be that record. Their masterpiece. But this is I see that you can fuck to Nine Inch Nails, but like you said, this is a mission statement fuck record. If a girl hears it and she knows about really? That's what you're putting on? You go, yeah.
Yeah, this is straight up like this is fucking for sport.
For sport.
This is
dude.
like trying to see what you're made of to fuck song.
What is a way if you what's your elevator pitch to get someone to listen to this record?
Are you in a dark place and you want out? Give this one a go.
I think it's great.
Because it takes you into it takes you darker. It's like putting out fire with fire kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's not sympathetic music. It's not like, oh, it's all going to be okay. It's very just like, oh, you think you're in a dark place? Come on. And look, here we are now, rock bottom. Now let's fucking fly out of it.
I think this is the perfect, they always say it when you're at your lowest, art comes from pain. I mean, you really get a guy who's obviously a genius. I know you throw that word around a lot, but Trent Reznor is a musical genius.
Yeah, brilliant.
And
Brilliant
yeah, I think this is literally you're hearing him probably at the lowest he's ever been in his life. He'll never do anything as good as this. I mean, I don't want to say that. That's
No,
I
you
can't-
never
I don't
know.
want to say
Yeah,
that,
you never
but
know.
I just think that I don't even know if they're making records like that anymore. But this is a masterpiece in what you would call whether it's industrial, goth, or just rock and roll.
Yeah.
This is a masterpiece in music.
Yeah.
Promote away anything you want to promote. Usually I do at the beginning, but we jived right into it so quickly.
I mean, let's see. August 16th through the 18th, I will be headlining the Comedy Mothership in Austin, Texas.
Nice.
And then August 31st, I'll be headlining the Crystal Ballroom in Boston, Massachusetts.
Nice.
And then I'm on tour with, then I got September 6th and 7th doing Wits End in Charleston. And I'm on tour with David Cross for the rest of the year. And the FX show English Teacher comes out on September 2nd.
September 2nd.
Yeah.
Guys, support the special.
Please.
Talk about the special.
I mean, it's on Peacock. It's called Number One. Check it out. It's only going to be on Peacock for a couple more months, and then we're getting it back, and we're going to.
Sean is one of the funniest people you're ever going to watch.
Thank you.
Support him. Watch the TV show, and dude, thank you for coming on. You're going to come back on.
Buddy,
You're
thank
going to come
you
back
for
on.
fucking having me on.
You're going to come back on. I got to go
did
pee.
it. Go.
I love you.
Love you back,
I
man.
love you. And all right, dude. Let me pee real quick.
Do it.